Over the last 5 years, home birth rates in the US have risen by approximately 41%. That means almost half of all birthing mothers who 10 years ago chose a hospital birth chose their home instead. They picked a licensed midwife, made a careful consideration, and opted for a birth in what they believed was the safety of their home. Hey, I'm Tereza. I create a lot of content about simple living on our European farm, and I was one of those 41% back in 2021. If you don't know my birth story with my first son, you should go over here and watch it. I'll link it up above. What I learned in my story, and what I later proved to be right and true, is that if you want to have the highest odds of having an undisturbed, natural, physiological birth, hiring a midwife and quote-unquote trying for a home birth is simply not enough. Before I dive in, if you're wondering what it is that I'm working on in this video, and you'll see so much more of it, I am proud to say that I have finally perfected my sourdough pretzel recipe. I'm trying to make it as close to the authentic German pretzel as possible, and I am so close. It is near perfect. I say near because I have recently discovered the one ingredient I am still missing in my recipe, but believe me, these are already fantastic. If you're curious how they turn out, or if you want to know what the recipe is, I'll link it in the description box below. All right, back to birth. If you know me at all in real life, I could talk about this topic for hours, and we only have a few minutes here today, so this will be like a quick taster session. If you're interested in birth as much as I am, if you want to hear more, please let me know in the comments below, and I will make sure to make a much longer video and create more videos on this same topic. So what's wrong with home birth? Isn't that a better, safer alternative to hospital birth? Well, the main issue is that by choosing home birth with a home birth midwife, you have essentially allowed your home to be hijacked. You have given up your position as commander-in-chief of your house and outsourced it to an outside authority. I hear you. This is the safe thing to do, isn't it? To invite the professional into your home to make sure everything turns out right. Well, that's what I thought, until this decision literally almost cost me my life. What I had to learn the hard way is that a home birth midwife does not primarily answer to me, even though I hired her and even though I am the one paying for her. She answers to the governmental or state-run organization that issued her license, first and foremost. They are the ones who control whether she gets to work and brings home money to her family. They are the ones calling all the shots. So why does this matter? Imagine a situation arises where your best needs differ from the ones outlined by that organization. Will your midwife do what's best for you, her paying client, or will she do anything she can to preserve her livelihood that she depends on for years to come? But when would that situation arise, Tereza? And aren't the guidelines of those organizations designed to keep you safe? Well, this is exactly the point where we would need a lot more time for a much deeper discussion and exploration that, believe me, I would love to have. So if you would like to have it with me, please let me know in the comments below. But before we go, let me leave you with this. Natural, physiological human birth is one of the least understood and least studied areas of modern medicine. Just like birthing mothers come in all shapes, sizes, so birth too comes in all shapes, sizes, durations. Birth really does look different from person to person. What can be viewed as normal for one person can be viewed as outside of the norm for another. I'm not saying that dangerous situations don't arise. They definitely can. They should be the minority. However, we cannot slap a cookie-cutter set of roles on a process that is so completely unique for each and every one of us. And hiring someone to apply those roles to you and your birth, even though it may be taking place inside your home, is really no different. We have entered an era where women don't want to be pregnant and don't want to birth babies. First of all, how utterly devastating is this for us as women, that we would rather kill our own babies than have to birth them. But this is also extremely troubling for the human race at large. So how can we fix this? How can we change the outlook that young women have on birth? How can we, let's be dramatic here, how can we save the human race? For me, the answer was very clear, and I had proved it with my second birth. If you haven't seen this story, I'm going to link it up above. The answer is make birth free again. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to never miss a new video. I will see y'all next week. Thanks for watching.